Welcome to my newest video where I share my analysis of the Philippine Stock Exchange Index or the PSEi. My name is Jaycee de Guzman of Equilyst Analytics. Are you new to my YouTube channel? So let me introduce to you what Equilyst Analytics or I can personally do for you as far as your stock trading and investing experience is concerned. I founded the Equilyst Analytics in 2014. To date, I have already guided more or less 2,000 individuals, local and foreign, on how to preserve their capital, protect their gains, and prevent unbearable losses, trading and investing in the Philippine Stock Exchange or the Philippine stock market. So let's go ahead and check on the daily chart of the PSEi. Today is November 8th, 2022, Tuesday. Time check, it's 11:55 in the morning. We still have 5 more minutes before the end of the first half of today's trading before recess. Anyhow, the PSEi is currently trading at 6,282. The main support that I see is still pegged close to 6,000 to 6,100. The immediate resistance, is pegged close to 6,400 to 6,500. The last candlestick that I'm seeing is a lot closer to the immediate resistance than the immediate support. If we are going to judge the trend of the PSEi on the short-term scale relative to the position of the last candlestick to its 10-day simple moving average or the 10 SMA, I can say that the PSEi is still relatively bullish in the short term. Just like what you see on your screen, the last candlestick is trading higher than the position of the 10-day simple moving average. Now let's try and check if a longer term simple moving average will stay below the last candlestick. So I'm trying to show the 200-day SMA. So let's take a look at it. So this is the orange line here. That's going to be the 200-day SMA. So I'm working with the settings of our moving average. There you go. All right, so I've done some adjustments so that you can clearly see where that line is. So this orange line right here, that's our 200-day simple moving average. I said a while back that in the short-term scale, the PSEi is bullish relative to its position above the 10-day simple moving average, a shorter term SMA. On the other hand, it's bearish in a longer term scale. How did I say so? It's because the last candlestick is trading below the 200-day SMA. So the PSEi is definitely, if not obviously, still not out of the woods. And the MACD, by the way, although it's bullish, in the short-term scale, like what I mentioned, the PSEi still has lots of resistance zones that need to be broken up. All right, that need to be bridged out for us to say that the PSEi is already significantly moving or trading within the bullish zone or bullish territory. Now, when it comes to measuring the erraticity or the risk level of the PSEi in connection to the status of its 10-day historical volatility, I would say that the PSEi still has a low risk level or low erraticity score. Now, meanwhile, let's take a look at the total turnover value. Time check, it's already 11:59. A few more seconds before the end of the first half of trading. It already registered 2.01 billion pesos worth of total turnover value. I'd like to say that that's relatively a thin, uh, slim turnover value compared to the usual. During the pre-pandemic days, we were hitting around more than 3, if not 4 billion pesos during the first half of trading. But let's see in this afternoon in the second half of trading if this total turnover value or TTV will register an amount that is more than double of what we're seeing right now. The PSEi is currently down by 10.77 points or 0.17%. Distribution wise between the local and foreign trades, we're seeing that 65% of this turnover value came from the local traders and investors, while the remaining 35% is attributed to the foreign traders and investors. Now, when it comes to the net foreign buying or selling status, is the PSEi in an NFB or NFS status? NFB stands for net foreign buying. NFS means net foreign selling. As we see here, the total value of the net foreign buying amounts to 1.03 billion pesos, while the net selling amounts to 654.59 million. Obviously, it's a net foreign buying in the first half of trading. Now, how about the market breadth? The market breadth is the ratio between the positive and the negative, the positive and the negatives, the positives and the negatives. So we have 82 negative issues, and we have 74 positive issues or names. So 82 divided by 74, we have a negative 1.11 market breadth. That's not yet. This is not yet an officially bearish market. I would say this is more of a neutral sideways market. We have to get a ratio of 3, for us to say that the market is technically bearish or bullish. At this point, we are still on the neutral side of the price action of the stocks being traded at the moment. All right, now a while back we saw, or I showed you my reading for the daily chart of the PSEi. I'd like to show you a tighter or a lower time frame, let's say for 1 hour. So I have changed the chart, the time frame of our chart from daily to hourly, to 1 hour. So we see here that we are in the downtrend, but let's take a look at the chart on a 13-minute intraday time frame. So obviously it's really in a downtrend from the very beginning as of today's trading. How about we set this at every 5 minutes intraday chart? Oops, it's still trading inside the downtrend territory, as you can see right here. So what's my overall sentiment for the PSEi? By the looks of those things, by the looks of what we've checked so far, the ball is in the hands of the bears, but it remains it remains to be seen. There's still a lot of time in the second half of trading. Who knows, we might see another green candlestick in the last 30 minutes of trading for today, Tuesday. But at this point, generally speaking, the ball is in the hands of the bears. So it's more prudent for us all, regardless of whether we are a short-term trader or a long-term investor, to err on the side of caution. And specifically speaking, when I say erring on the side of caution, that means monitoring your trailing stop, because your trailing stop will help you protect your gains and prevent unbearable losses. I'm not saying that you will not incur any losses just because you're using a trailing stop, but the bottom line is it will help you not to allow losses that are beyond what you can only psychologically, emotionally handle. All right, so stick to your game plan. I'm hoping that your game plan is data driven, and I hope you're using a trailing stop and not just a fixated stop loss. I understand that there are some online brokers already in the Philippines that employ an automated stop loss feature. But for those of you who have been following me or my strategy for the longest time, a stop loss and a trailing stop are two different things. They may agree on one thing, but they don't. They are still different. My trailing stop does an upward adjustment every time the price, every time the stock registers a higher price compared to the previous basis in calculating your trailing stop. That may sound mouthful or that may sound unfamiliar to you, especially if you're not familiar with my strategy. That's why I have an option for you to subscribe to my stock market consultancy service so that we can have a one-on-one training, one-on-one discussion regarding the entirety of my evergreen strategy, starting from finding stocks that are worthy to be added onto your watch list, finding a confirmed buy signal, knowing what else needs to be done once a confirmed buy signal is spotted, how to buy logically and sell strategically, and so on and so forth. And aside from that, when you subscribe initially, you will get 50 stock analysis credits, meaning to say you can send me an email right after the trading hours up until 6 in the evening. Send me an email, ask for my customized or latest analysis on any PSE listed company or stock. More or less 300 stocks are listed in the Philippine Stock Exchange. So you can use those credits to request my latest analysis. One request, one credit. So that's how it works. If you'd like to know more about about my service, visit my website at equilyst.com. And if you'd like to talk to me, you can click on the contact menu on my website, fill out the form, or give me a call on the mobile number mentioned on that page. Again, this has been Jaycee de Guzman of Equilyst Analytics, helping you learn how to preserve your capital, protect your gains, and prevent unbearable losses. Thank you.